guys, welcome back. We are doing Leo today. Let me just sage the space. I feel like the space needs to be saged. So that's what we're doing. Come on! I sound very like I have it together at the beginning of the video. I don't have anything together. It's a hot mess. Look at that. That's how I like it. Great. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to start with an ethereal message. What is this? What's happening here? And then we're going to ground it down to the 3D. It's really cold and it's really rainy, which is like my favorite weather. It's really cloudy, not rainy. I don't think it's raining at all. It's just very cloudy. Yo, it should have snowed like 2.5 months ago. We've gotten no snow, not even a hint of it. Which is insane. It's crazy. In fact, I had a friend that moved to Arizona. And she was like, I'm so excited to not have snow. It snowed like 3 days in a row. And we've gotten no snow. And she's like, what the hell? I was like, I don't know. You took it with you because it hasn't snowed here. And it should have snowed. Like, usually we get our first snow in October. No. Okay, let's see. Leos. By the way, I'm using Big Bertha. And I don't take reversals. Earth magic. Oh my god, you're so grounded. You're grounded right now and you're allowing the earth to do its work. You're allowing what needs to be. So weird. Why? Yeah, no. This one's not. Okay. You're allowing you're so grounded and you're allowing the roots almost to like excuse me. We're all kind of like, you know, when the weather shifts, and you're not like, am I sick? Am I not sick? But I'm sick, but I'm not. That kind of thing. So my throat, yeah. Right now there's a lot of grounding going on. And you're allowing the grounding to envelop your gifts. How am I trying to explain this? There is a scene from a chaotic kids movie. Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of a supernatural show. Of course, I'm thinking of a supernatural episode. Anyway, there's a supernatural episode where there's literally like ballet shoes. And as soon as you put them on, you're like the best ballet person. Well, in the episode, it doesn't end well. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about when you put them on, you become the best ballet dancer, right? That's the part I'm getting. Sorry, my glasses are so dirty. I should have cleaned them before, but that's what I'm getting. You're allowing the earth to envelop you, and you're so grounded that you're using that groundedness, which Leos, come on, like grounded? What? You're allowing the groundedness to help you focus. You're allowing it to move you forward and to do what you have to do with the power of purpose. Yes. I didn't even see what card this was. Which is 18, so which comes out to 9. You're allowing the earth's energy to ground you, and you're allowing your purpose to move you forward. But you're so grounded. I feel like pulled to the earth. That makes sense. With opening to discovery. Yes. Yes. You're Shut up. My daughter's here. She's being a jerk. I'm getting like, so you know that people that go to, they're like, I want to have a experience, right? And they go to like the desert, or they go to like a holistic healing. I'm getting for you guys, you're having a holistic moment. You're having a moment where, and even with this card, with opening to discovery, I'm really getting like almost like a desert, like it's dry. It's dry. It's there's not a lot growing here. The only thing that's growing is your intuition, is your healing, is the things that can grow without water, right? Um you're allowing your ancestors to give you the the messages, the what you need in a space where it's really dry or like vacant of anything else. That's all you can get from here, right? Especially in these times where things are rough. They are. They are. We're having a hard time with money, a hard time with prices. Everything is just rough. So there's like this uh uh water in the desert kind of feeling, right? And it's all coming in because your ancestors are giving you a cup of water in the desert, is what I'm getting. Do you see all these stars that are coming down? These are your ancestors, your guides, the universe. They're trying to feed you in a land where it's really dry. And really there's nothing else, but I'm getting, oh, you know what I just saw? It was the Hunger Games. You know how there's nothing available unless they send you those little pods? Oh, I feel like sneezing. The little pods where they're like, here, you need medicine? We'll send you this. It's really dry. There's nothing available, but we're going to send you what you need when you need it. But that's your ancestors, your guides. This isn't because the world is like, let us help you. No. This is them sending you aid. Beloved, radical acceptance. This is you understanding that exactly where you are is exactly where you need to be. And because you're doing this, this is allowing you to be happy and accept the situations where you're at. And yes, absolutely, there are situations where you need more, but you're accepting where you are, and that is allowing you to be grateful for the situation where you're in. And when you're grateful for what you have, even if it's a little bit, the universe is like, good. She deserves, or he deserves, they deserve the world, because they're accepting of being dry in the desert. They're accepting of the situation they're in, which means that they don't want, they're not demanding of, I deserve it. No, you're accepting the situation that you're in, and you're allowing yourself to be happy in whatever dry desert you're in, whatever it is. I'm getting itchy at my nose, if you guys are wondering. And that's allowing you guys, whenever you're grateful for even the smallest of situations, even if you have a cardboard box, which I have been there, I've been there, so I can understand, and I can say that I have been there. Accepting the situations that you're in, whether good or bad or whatever the situation, allowing yourself to be grateful for what you have. Canned food, great. We have food. We have beans. We have whatever it is that you need, right? radical acceptance. Like it's radical. It's accepting where you are, but not being bitter about it. Right? Close encounters. I feel like you guys are closing out chapters, and right now you guys are very, 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 very protected, and you guys have people coming in because you guys are coming. Because you guys are with with closing out chapters. You guys have learned the lessons. You guys have understood that certain people are not acceptable in your life. All they're gonna do is come in and cause chaos, and you guys are comfortable, whether it be in the basic of the basic, meaning like even in the desert, you're comfortable because you have peace, right? I feel like there's people that are gonna come in and they're going to try to test you, and they're gonna try to come and basically come in and like take you out of your comfort zone. That's what they do. Like people that come in and like, oh, she looks comfortable. It looks great here. Yeah, it looks great because you're not fucking here. And they're gonna come in and try to change your space. They're gonna come in, and this could be past people, this could be new people, but these are people that are coming in and basically testing your loyalty. Do you want to deal with people that are assholes and just going to use you and take you out of your comfort zone? Or are you going to say, no, my peace is more important than anything else? And I feel like for Leos, you guys have learned, excuse me, again, like I said, there's a phrase in Spanish, mejor solo que mal acompañado, which means basically like better alone than with bad company, right? I'd rather be alone a million times over, and I just saw 222 on my thing. My cat's being weird. What are you doing? Percy. That meow was my daughter, not my cat. Hi, Bubba. Look, he's coming over. I'm sorry I called him over. Anyway, it's better to be alone than in bad company, okay? Here, can you take him? It's better to be alone. I threw him on my bed. My bed is literally like not even a foot over.
No, she threw him on the floor.
Shut up. That's my daughter, who's a butthole. She's 15. You know how it is. And at the bottom we got preparations come to fruition. Yeah, you guys are preparing. You guys have been preparing for a better life, for a different situation, for excuse me, I'm so sorry. For a different situation. And you guys have been removing things, places, and people that no longer fit. I feel like though it's a crab in a bucket theory, right? When you're about to evolve, when you're about to get free, when you're about to like change your situation, they pull you down. They try to pull you down, and this is what's happening. I feel like there's people coming back from your past that are going to try to pull you back down, that are going to try to pull you into... They're going to try. There's nothing they can do. No. There's nothing they can do to switch your situations. Your situation, basically, you have learned. There's nothing they can do. But everything you're doing is basically preparing you for a new life. You just have to be like, bye. Or in my case, bye. No, these people don't deserve to go with you. Let's go deeper and let's clarify. Let's clarify earth magic. Wheel of karma. Yeah. You can either repeat a karmic cycle or you can move into your dharma. Right? This is something that's inevitable. It's because you've done the work. You're not going to allow this bullshit to repeat, Leos. It's a cause and effect. There's a divine intervention that happened. I feel like it didn't even happen now. For some of you guys, it is happening now. For some of you guys, this has happened way in the past. A cycle of good luck. This is amazing, Leos. Fortune, rise and fall. This is circumstance and consequences. But it's the consequences of you guys actually choosing the right decisions for yourselves, right? Dealing with a piece of shit is not the right decision for yourselves. So I feel like for whoever I'm reading for, this is somebody that has made the right decision and has chosen to get rid of pieces of shit, and to get them out of your lives, right? And because of that, you're getting justice. Yeah? Let's clarify the power of purpose. Oh my goodness. Shooting star, shut the fuck up. All I hear is staring at the night sky and shooting stars. I really wish I could. Wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. I don't know the song, but it's Eminem, right? And my daughter's being an asshole. Shut up.
I didn't do nothing.
Wish granted. This is a wish granted with an 8, which is healing in a Reiki, right? But it's also the infinity sign. What goes around comes around. Luck. Oh my god, this is amazing. This is something, this is that you're getting a wish granted. This is a wish that's coming true for you. And I feel like you've been wishing for this for a really long time. And you hadn't been able to manifest this, but it's because even though you cut people off, these motherfuckers was still draining you. Clarifying the opening to discovery, you got blinders. Yeah. There was a victim mentality, and I don't feel like it was like, listen, every time we go through some bullshit and we go through shit that we know we didn't deserve, even though we're healing, we continue to feel that pain. And even though we don't want to, we tend to make ourselves victims. And I can tell you this from experience. But I feel like you got over that. Like, you're no longer a victim. You knew what you were getting into. You knew the choices you made. You allowed those choices to happen. But now, even though those choices have happened, you're moving forward. Who gives a shit what they did? You're seeing clearer. You're allowing yourself to understand the lessons. And you're no longer allowing restrictions of pain and pettiness to hinder you, right? With an echo chamber is basically like you in a room allowing yourself to be heard, but all it's doing is it's echoing back what your thoughts. So that is a victim mentality, because even your own thoughts were allowing you to understand that, oh yeah, he did this, or they did that, or she did this, and I'm a victim. Who gives a shit? You had a choice. You allowed yourself to be in a situation, and you allowed yourself to continue to be in that situation, and you allowed yourself to be in the piss, right? Because we can be in a pool and somebody could be like, oh, they peed in the water. And you are like sitting in the water filled piss and you're not getting out. And you're like, oh my god, this water is filled with piss. I'm so mad at the person that peed in the water. Why the fuck are you still in the water? Why haven't you gotten up and gotten out of that situation instead of sitting in the water that's filled with piss and mad at the person that peed in the water? Instead of choosing to sit in the water that's filled with piss. That is now your choice. You are now using free will to continue to be in that shitty situation, right? Right. You are not a victim. You are choosing to be in that situation. And then we got earn with radical acceptance, which is loss. You could have had a loss in your family, which I'm so sorry for, right? Um, Breakup. Yeah, this was something that you needed to dismantle. There was a fucked up mindset. There was a thought process that you needed to remove yourself from. Okay? You needed to see the situation for what it was. And then with close encounters, it's chess, strategy, planning, checkmate. I feel like these people are gonna come back, and you know exactly what you need to do to end this cycle. You know now. Like with chess, I don't know if you play chess. I love chess.
I love chess.
My daughter loves chess.
I love chess.
My ex-husband loves chess.
He loves chess.
And he stop. She's so annoying. You're like 4 steps ahead, right? You know what you need to do to close out this cycle. Checkmate. Checkmate. There's no, oh, we're going to continue to play or we're going to do this, we're going to do that. No, it's done. It's a done deal, right? I feel like whoever's coming back, whether male or female, whether friend or foe, they're coming in thinking that they have some kind of plan. No, you've learned the plan. You've learned all plans. Like, they think they know a little bit, but you know all of it, if that makes sense. And you're basically they're gonna come in and be like, oh, one move, and you're 12 steps ahead, right? And you're gonna be like, checkmate, get the fuck out of my life. That's what's really happening. And they're gonna receive their consequences for their actions. They're receiving karma because I feel like they've received some karma. They haven't received all of it. They're gonna receive all of it just for coming back and trying to fuck with you again. But really, look, Black Widow. Black Widow, look, you guys saw. I haven't done anything with the cards. Black Widow's at the bottom of the deck. Betrayal, warning, twisted, turncoat, cunning, danger, toxic situation, or relationship. Yo, come on. Web of control, entrapment, unexpected attack. Yeah, they're gonna come in and try to fucking attack you, but they're gonna try to manipulate you because they think that they know you. And I feel like for whoever I'm reading, I feel like you guys fell for a piece of shit and an asshole that didn't realize that you didn't understand what you were dealing with, but now you do. And unfortunately, they taught you, and you got a PhD on cunning, on toxism, on narcissists, on sociopaths, and they have no idea that you understand fully and you're fully aware of the bullshit that they have put you through, and you've learned even more, right? So, you guys know what you need to do, and I feel like you're 12 steps ahead of this person, and you're gonna put them in their fucking place because really they're just fucking losers. And I know people are like, oh, let's have, no. You can. We can sit there and be like, let's have, no, I'm sorry. When somebody comes in and they're trying to do things on purpose, I just don't have the emotional capacity to be like, oh, I understand they're hurting. No. Because they know what they're doing and they're doing it on purpose. That's different from when we hurt people because we don't understand our behavior is unacceptable, right? That's different. Hurting people that don't understand that we are hurting people because we went through certain behaviors, we saw certain practices growing up. Like when you see your parents and all they are is toxic, and then you play out that toxic pattern because you don't understand that it's not correct. But when somebody does it knowingly, they know what they're doing is very toxic. I find that very different. Okay? You guys got abundance. Yeah. After you get rid of this bullshit, there's abundance coming in. And when I think of abundance, I don't think of just money. I think of like an abundance of love, an abundance of shut up. My daughter's over here the third wheel. An abundance of like peace. You cannot buy peace. Peace is found within you, right? Yeah. And what she said, health. Yeah. And then moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily. Be wary. A lot of times when we're out of sorts physically, we're out of sorts mentally, we tend to allow ourselves to um set different patterns because we're unhappy, because we're in pain, right? Sometimes we just want anybody to be there because we just feel like shit. No, no. When we're whole within and complete, a motherfucker that comes in, female or masculine, right? You're gonna have to come in with some high quality meat because we're not gonna allow bullshit to take us out of our energy, right? Because we're already taking care of ourselves. So the more you take care of yourself, the more you won't need without, if that makes sense. Okay? Leos, I love you guys so much. I apologize for my daughter over here putting in her 2 cents. But I will see you guys soon. I love you guys so much. Bye.